Hi, Stay Uncle is here. The first ever virtual reality show. Just like your Big Brother Niger show. Become a relative and win 100,000 naira, 70,000 naira, and 50,000 naira. Registration starts now. Visit www.vcoma.com/SayUncle to sign up. Hi, Say is here. Say Uncle is here. The first ever virtual reality show. Just like your Big Brother Niger show. Become a relative and win 100,000 naira, 70,000 naira, and 50,000 naira. Registration starts now. Visit www.vcoma.com/SayUncle to sign up. Hi, Say Uncle is here. The first ever virtual reality show. Just like your Big Brother Niger show. Become a relative and win 100,000 naira, 70,000 naira, and 50,000 naira. Registration starts now. Visit www.vcoma.com/SayUncle to sign up. Hi, Say Uncle is here. The first ever virtual reality show. Just like your Big Brother Niger show. Become a relative and win 100,000 naira, 70,000 naira, and 50,000 naira. Registration starts now. Visit www.vcoma.com/SayUncle to sign up. Hi, Say Uncle is here. The first ever virtual reality show. Just like your Big Brother.
All right, guys, and welcome back to Mediapreneur Conference 2.0, and it has been an amazing session. Although we've been having technical issues with network, I really apologize for that. But trust me, we still have many more wonderful packages left for you. So make sure you do not get tired and stay connected. Yes, stay connected. All right, about now, we're bringing you the second speaker, which is the person of Mr. Toyin. Yes, and going to be talking to us on a very interesting topic. So make sure you stay tuned and stay connected. Thank you.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Good to have you, sir.
Yeah, good to have you too.
Yes, but before we start, we'd like to read your profile to the audience. Actually, we are streaming on YouTube, so it should just be the both of us here. I hope to have an amazing time with you. Toyin Oyekomi is an insight-led creative and strategic content developer, helping individuals, institutions, and brands maintain a thorough level of distinctiveness. This he achieves through the vehicle of robust products, services, and institutional knowledge delivered with the utilization of compelling visual storytelling, and performance-based advertising. He has extensive experience, 10 years, within the media, communication, and financial services sector, including media relations, marketing, communications, marketing and political campaign management, brand management, TV, and film production. Currently undergoing a PhD program in film and television studies at the University of Johannesburg, South Africa. He holds a Master of Science degree in Media and Communication from the prestigious Pan Atlantic University and a bachelor's degree in Theatre and Media Art from the University of Abuja, Nigeria. Another thing is that during the NSAS protest, it was Mr. Toyin that led the South African people. The Mediapreneur Network welcomes you to the official brand launch and Mediapreneur Conference 2.0. Welcome, sir.
You're welcome. I'm trying to get my hands on this technology, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, pardon me. I'm just trying to figure out how the system works.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
How do I share my screen?
Oh, you want to share your screen?
Yes.
Okay. The host would link up with you right now. Just a minute, sir.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
Okay. There'll be two.
So I can share my screen now.
Okay, I think you just did right now.
I just did, right? Okay.
Yes, we saw the screen now. So I think you should do that again.
Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Are you? Okay, you're seeing this. Oh, interesting.
Yes.
Okay, let me. So, hi guys, my name is Toyin Oyekomi. I'm a creative entrepreneur, like they've alluded in the introduction, and I wear many caps though. And today I hope to share some of my knowledge and with you, and believing that it's gonna have the capacity to inspire you to achieve greatness in your various endeavors, and that I hope this meeting is going to achieve. So, welcome everybody,
Yes, sir.
and
Thank you, sir.
hope you guys are doing great, though. Hope you guys are doing good.
We are fine,
Okay,
sir. I'll just answer on behalf of everybody in the studio and everyone watching all over the world.
Oh, interesting. So, my name is Toyin Oyekomi, like they rightly said, and I'm currently here in. I'm in a meeting. I'm currently here in based in Joburg, and today I'll be talking on leveraging on social network to enhance development. And I love this topic because when I got the topic, it sat right, at the center of what I'm currently doing in my different endeavors, using social media to leverage on different opportunities that I'm currently harnessing. And yeah, I just feel I should start by creating some sort of a context so that we know where we are as far as digital is concerned in the world. And this will give us some sort of a background to what my conversation is going to be, based on. So states right now that as of January 2020, the world population is about 7.75 billion. That's incredible. And
wow.
User right now, I mean, when I'm talking about user, I'm using phone users, sits way over 5 billion. So what it means is that potentially Facebook WhatsApp and other chat network might have access to coordinate 5 billion messaging all around the world. And about 4.5 billion people are also, on the internet trying to consume knowledge, trying to consume product, and trying to consume so many other things. So you can see the amazing possibilities this digital platform presents to us. And where I'll be talking on very is the on social media, and which right now we have about 3.8 billion people right now on social media. I mean, that to me is mind blowing, you know. And I hope that gives us some sort of a context to what the possibilities are. And another thing I'm going to be talking on is based on the topic that I've been given, just to talk about a bit of a background to what social networking is all about. You know, we all understand that social networking is internet based, and it's basically using different social networking platforms: Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, amongst many others, to coordinate. You know, whether your objective is for social purposes, whether your objective is for business purposes, or whether you want to combine both. And when I mean social purpose, maybe you just want to meet, want to stay in touch with family and friends, and just share your lifestyle, share whatever it is that you want to do. Just want to connect with people and stay, you know, socially engaged. That if that is your purpose, you have the opportunity to connect to about 3 billion people all around the world. And if your objective is for business, this is also another very veritable platform for you to achieve a lot. And I'm telling you because that is basically what I'm doing. So I'm going to be sharing a lot of my personal experience so that it doesn't look theoretical. I want it to be as practical as possible so that you see the possibility and how some of us are leveraging on this platform to achieve a great deal. And understanding what social networking is all about. Now, within the context of what we're talking about, being a media entrepreneur, the first thing that jumps to mind as a media entrepreneur is that you want to be that such a strong influencer who is an authority and who have established some sort of presence on the social network or a digital platform whereby your voice resonates on certain topics. And that is where you want to start your development from. And when you start becoming an authority, when you start people start following you, people start listening and paying attention to what you have to say, that is where your journey starts from, not just for social purpose, but also for business purpose. Now, how do you become an authority as a whole? It's centered around the type of content that you create and the type of content that you publish. So the by and large of the social networking, connecting socially, connecting for business purpose, centers heavily around the content you want to share with the world. And that content is what puts you in a position to influence change, to be a catalyst in whatever phase of life you found yourselves. And today, I'm hoping that we're able to inspire, some sort of initiate some sort of idea in people to become the next great influencer whose voice is going to resonate with the world.
Yes,
and another thing I want you to know very, very, very importantly is that right now businesses are making on average, let's say like 5,000 on every 500 dollar naira they pay for influencer. So what that means is that if you are an influencer, you're creating content, and a business pays you. Now we're talking about how you can leverage this platform for development. So for instance, you are such a strong voice, your content resonates, and you're publishing content that delivers value. What the influencers marketing hub says is that for every 500 naira that is paid to you as an influencer by a business, the business stands the chance to make 5,000 naira. That is a great place to be. That means for me as a business owner, when I come to you as a media entrepreneur, as an influencer, as a content creator, and I pay you 500 naira, that means if your content resonates very well, I have the chance to make 5,000 because of the content you have created. Bearing in mind, I only pay 500 to achieve that. And that is the position you want to be to start, igniting some sort of, creating some sort of opportunities around yourself as a creative, as a content developer, and as a creative person. And right now, because of our time, to dive straight into what my personal growth is, talk about growth strategy. I'm talking about either growth or development strategy, that allows companies to expand their business. What I've done in my own journey is what I'm going to share with you, so that you take it from here and then you start, practicalizing it, as it were. Now, social networking has been good to me, and I've leveraged on that platform to achieve personal development and to achieve business development. So part of what I've done is to set up a platform, a content up, where we currently create different African stories, whether documentary, whatever content format it is. And then we share those contents on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, and we also have our own app right now that is internet-based. So what that means is that I've moved from just, creating content just so people are aware. Right now, I create content to make money from that content. So that is where development starts taking place. When you have moved from just, okay, I just post picture and then just so people know I'm here. When you start creating content and people start paying for that content, either direct payment or through advertising or through their eyeballs. And when I mean eyeballs is when more people watch your content, and these social media platforms pays you for that, for achieving that, for igniting that type of assembling people together around that particular content. So what have I done? I've created a platform called 10 TV, and we share content on YouTube, on Facebook, and on our various apps. And our goal is quite clear, because it's important that when you want to leverage on this platform to set your goals, where do I want to be? How am I going to get there? Understanding that content is the power, is the tool that is going to give you the power that you need to create development, or to ignite development. So in my personal journey, I created setting goals for myself. That is to achieve 10 million social media followers and fans across multiple channels, different channels that I currently manage, different channels that I'm currently, I'm sponsoring, and whatever way capacity I'm working. So I've created for myself to have at least 10 million followers who consume my content. And in the last 5 years, I've created 2,000 hours of content. What that means is that I'm currently feeding over 2,000 hours of content to 10 million social media users across multiple platforms, direct management and indirect management, and that is where you want to start leveraging on this platform. Content and setting your goals as far as the number of persons, the number of people that you want to influence. And what we've done is that, let me move forward quickly. So what we've done is that we now looked at when we want to create content, because when you want to achieve very concrete development, you want to know who you're talking to. You want to know where your audience are, and you want to know what kind of content resonates with them. So you begin to analyze, look at the insights, look at who your target audience are. For instance, most of my audience, most of people that listen to me or that consume my content in different capacity, they are based in Nigeria, they are based in South Africa, they are based in US, they are based in Ghana, and they are based in the UK. So when I'm creating content, when I'm leveraging on this platform, I am very aware of who I'm talking to and what type of content resonates with them. And besides that, I'm also very aware of the demographics, because if I'm creating content for people above 60, it's a different content format to when you're creating content for people between 25 and 34. So you must be aware of this information when you want to leverage on this platform. If not, you're going to be speaking amiss. Like the Bible says, you're praying, but you're praying amiss. So part of understanding and leveraging on this platform is having all this information to guide your development. And I'm also very aware that, okay, most of my content, are they for women or are they for men? So right now, I know for a certain that most of my content are consumed more by men, and about 43% women consume my content. So when I'm shaping my content, I know that, okay, men are very pacey, women are very, the way they consume content is different. So that also informs the way I use this social media platform to achieve development. And part of what you also want to do when you're creating content, like we've said, leveraging on this platform, is that to understand what type of content resonates with who, and who are they? How am I going to create this content? I know that most of my audiences, they are party goers, they are social boards and all that. So I create content that resonate. I pick my content from festivals, from awards, through events and concerts and shows. And why am I doing this? Because I want to engage with them. I want to be able to hear what they have to say, what's up about them, just engage with them where they are. And what that has done for me is that it has created some sort of brand awareness for me. So people now know that when I want to have an event, I want this person to come there, because this person being there is some sort of statement of authority, or that it brings some sort of excellence to our event. And that is what I've done in the last 2 years in South Africa, and that has given our brand some sort of leverage. So that is still being aware of your target audience and the type of content that they need is one way towards achieving development. Another thing I also do is that I also create content around trailblazers. This segment targets influencers, corporates, professionals, entrepreneurs, in different fields, just to have a feel of how they got to where they are and put them in a position to influence people. So what this content has done for me is that it has enabled me to document people's journey, influencers' journey, professionals' journey, content that can influence new generation to achieve some sort of development, and have some sort of roadmap into how they can achieve their goal. Another thing I also do is I know that based on my understanding of where my audience, my audience profile sits currently, I have a show called I Do's on 10, because I know wedding is a big part of our life. So I create content that centers around that cycle of influence, that type of, social activity. And what that has done for me is that now most people that want to have events, they just want me to be there, because they want me to create their content and talk about that content, talk about their wedding. And to them, that gives them some sort of, advantage or leverage or some sort of exposure. I've also created another content called Live and Direct. And this is just talking generally about social media trends, what's happening, and just keeping people, aware of what is happening, and then letting them, just feeding them in real time what information they need to know. Another content I've created is Street Vibe. This sits right, test people's IQ. We want to engage people, get them to speak their African languages. We go to campuses, we're on the streets, we're in clubs, just so we engage. Another content we've created, Who Wants to Make Heaven, because we understand that religion plays a very important role in our lives. So when we did our profiling, or we did our analysis, we know that we needed to create content that centers around our beliefs. And so in this type of, on this show, we test people's knowledge of whatever it is they believe in, based on their spirituality, in a very humorous way, not something serious, not something too sensitive, so that they are very relaxed. I also understand that Nigeria currently has got some sort of an image that needs to be rebranded. So part of what I do is that I identify people that are making impact, especially Nigerians. I engage them in various Nigerian communities in diaspora, and then we show their stories to the world, and that in itself helps to change perception. And part of what we've done is that most Nigerian embassies have seen this show, and they've decided to call me on board and say, Toyin, let's see how we can partner so that we can rebrand the image of Nigerians in the diaspora. Now, that is the first place you want to start. One, where am I going to host my content? I'm using the social media platform. Two, what type of content do I want to create? And what type of impact will that content achieve? And then you structure your content accordingly. That is the second stage towards development. Now, as a business person, you now begin to see, okay, what are the opportunities that currently avails for us to, how do I monetize? How do I make money from this? Because media is one thing, and being an entrepreneur is another thing. You have to now start understanding, okay, how do I make money? How do I sustain my team? How do I create value? How do I pay myself? How do I create an empire from these things? So begin to now drill down on the different aspects of your content that you can leverage on. Perhaps you put your, some of the things we do is that we get sponsors to come on our show to partner with us, and then we offer our platform, and then they offer the funding they have, and then we create magic together. So you have to look at advertising opportunities, you have to look at sponsorship opportunities, and highlight what the benefit is going to be. Because if you want me to bring money, if you want me to buy your product, in whatever capacity, you must be able to tell me what I stand to benefit. And what I basically tell them is, I want to put your business in front and center. I want to get you into the market. You want to promise them brand awareness because you are an authority in your field. You want to expose their brand. You want to increase their reach. You want to connect them with customers and engage them with audience, which I see that most you guys are currently doing. You want to generate leads for them. And ultimately you want that company to see that them partnering with you is affecting or impacting on their return on investment. That puts you in a very strong position as an entrepreneur, especially as a media entrepreneur, to start commanding some sort of premium. And how do we do that? Just to break it down, what I do is that because I'm on the digital platform, I'm leveraging on the social media platform, I create opening bills, billboards for them, tied. Some of them I get tied to sponsors. I create commercials for them. I mention some of them in my content. I base on their products. If that individual wants to be announced, I create that platform for them. I put their screens on my content. And amongst many other things. And what I need you to understand here is that as a media entrepreneur, you have to be able to highlight what people stand to benefit by them partnering with you, and what that specific line item is going to cost them. And if you're able to do that, then you develop what is called a rate card. Taking your rate card to companies, then they can begin to engage with you that, okay, you know what, we can afford this, we can afford this. That puts you in a very strong business position as a media entrepreneur. And that is when you start talking real development. I also do what is called content marketing for them, and to also let them understand what is stand to benefit, by creating content specifically to market their brands and highlight the benefit they stand to gain from that partnership. These are some of the other ways I also price myself, especially on the digital platform. I price them if I'm developing concept for you, if I'm producing specials for you, if I'm going to brand you maybe around one particular episode, if I'm going to mention you, across my multiple social media platform. If you want me to come in even as an influencer, there are price tag to each of those deliverables, and you must be able to highlight them specifically and explicitly for businesses to want to engage with you. Because what it says to them is that you know what you're doing. You're not a confused entrepreneur, a business person. And I also create opportunities as a media entrepreneur, to amplify their content, and amongst other things that I do. So part of what I also do is that I tell them, okay, guys, if you want a 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, what do you stand to benefit? And I make sure that I just don't promise them. I work really hard to ensure that they achieve or they see real and tangible, results on their return on investment. What I've also done as a business person in this space, leveraging on this platform, is that I also partner with influencers. So for instance, now AY Comedian is all about 552, currently is about 700,000 subscribers. On Instagram, he's got about 7 point something. On Facebook, on Twitter, Sinuan Funke Akinele has got about 500. Instagram, about 10 million now. And amongst many other people, platforms who are my partner, because part of what you want to do is that you don't want to go to a business person that, okay, come and leverage on my social media platform and let's create opportunities for you. You must also be in a position to say that, what if they think that you're small? How do you put yourself in a position that you don't lose that business? Then you offer them greater, influencers who you have struck some sort of deals with that they can leverage on. And that is basically what I do. So if I go to you and I tell you that I have, for instance, I have 10,000 subscribers, and you say, no, Tony, that's too small. I want stronger platform. I want to leverage in a big way. So then I call on my partners to say, AY, Give me your 700,000 subscribers and over maybe 100 million views that you have on YouTube. Let's see how we can leverage. And I give it to my customers, and they are excited because they want to be at that level where they are talking to over close to 1 million people, not just as views, but million subscribers who that content is going to go straight into their emails. That is the kind of level you want to be as a media entrepreneur, leveraging on that platform. So these are some of the strategies that I have developed over the years and that I've used to, to maximize opportunity and to create personal and business development for myself. But the ultimate thing I do is that whatever you want to do on social media platform, ensure that you're sharing unique and simple brand story. Ensure that your platform, it puts you in a strong platform, in a strong position to achieve tangible, results for your customers. And if you can put yourself, or if you can get to that level of real development, real growth for yourself and for your clients, that is when you start talking. That's when you can now call yourself a media entrepreneur, as the case may be. I think I'll be
wow. No problem.
Yeah, so guys, that is basically what I really want to share with you guys. To say that, so are there questions?
Yes, there are questions, sir. I'm sorry, is Mr. Bankole in the show now? Oh, okay, so let's just ask Mr. Toyin before Mr. Bankole comes. Okay, no problem, sir.
Okay, Zip. Okay, let me send it. Sorry, guys, I need to.
All right.
Totally.
No, we understand. Thank you so much for being a part of this show. I am super pumped myself. 568. Yeah, thank you. Okay, sorry guys, I'm back. Okay. Yes, sir. Can you hear me now, sir?
I can hear you loud and clear.
That was, oh my God. Amazing is an understatement. Thank you for breaking it down to us. So the Mediapreneur Network is actually a growth cycle. And sir, there's something I really want you to talk about before this thing. You talked, we've had a personal discussion before, and I know that you mentioned something about serving and volunteering. And one of the reasons why we created the Mediapreneur Network is because we have realized that young people, they skip process. They don't want to go through the process. They just want to start a media business today, and tomorrow they are celebrities. They are all over. So please, can you help us dwell on volunteering and serving bigger brands, connection, like just help us address it before we go. Thank you, sir.
Okay. I'll gladly do that. 1 minute. Okay, guys, see what she said is so important, and I cannot overemphasize it. So I'm going to share a bit of my journey with you. When I finished, I studied theater and media at the University of Abuja. Immediately I finished my course, I knew where I wanted to go, and I know that number one, for me to get to where I want to be, it is important for me to serve. And it is important for me to collaborate. So what I did was I reached out to one of my mentors. His name is AY Comedian. He currently he's got different platforms, and he's currently one of the biggest producers as far as film is concerned. Film comedy shows and television as a whole is a strong media entrepreneur. So I reached out to AY. I said, AY, bros, I'm in Abuja. I'd like to come to Lagos. I know I don't have the skill needed for you to employ me and to start paying me salary. I don't want salary at this stage of my life. What I want is to develop capacity. AY said, okay, come from Abuja to Lagos. My dear, I left Abuja, I went to Lagos. I went to AY, I started volunteering to be on AY show, just as a creative person, writing creative, becoming AY's personal assistant. But beyond and above that, the whole strategy for me was to learn. I knew that for me to get my feet in the entertainment industry, I needed to build capacity. I needed to learn from the best. I must know how the trade is being done. I cannot just come from nowhere. Nobody's going to give you a, because you don't even have what it takes for you to go to brands and tell brands that, yes, give me this job, or let me do this activation for you. Nobody's going to listen to you. First, you must develop capacity. Second, you must build relationships. Build relationship with people that the relationship that you can call up later in life in your development and say, can you help me? Or can we leverage? Can we partner? Can we collaborate? And speaking to that, after a while, I went further to collab or to serve Kunle Afolayan, because I also needed to develop my technical skills. And when I called Kunle Afolayan, I met Kunle Afolayan at an event in a hotel, and I went to him on the red carpet. I said, "Sir, please, I need you to take me on. I just want to learn from you." He said, "Okay, we talked." He said, "Come and see me in my office." The day I went to see him in his office,
wow. I have a punchline already.
Like, I'm not going to leave this place if you don't take me on. And he said, "Okay."
Wow.
I said, "Don't worry about salary. What is important for me right now is to do two things: to develop capacity and to develop my relationship."
Wow.
And that was how Kunle put me on a job called Ishedale Yoruba. It was sponsored by MultiChoice, African Magic. We had to travel around the entire Southwest, doing a documentary.
Amazing.
I think it's 26 episodes documentary for African Magic Yoruba. And from there, we went on to do, other things. And from that relationship, that was when I created my first short film called The Visibility Zero. And when I created Visibility Zero,
okay.
When I created Visibility Zero, from that relationship, I went on to meet other people who could help. Who, for instance, is from that relationship that I met Bella Naija. Kunle introduced me to Bella, introduced me so many other persons. So beyond just teaching me how to do the job, Kunle also introduced me to other people, industry players, who took me seriously because of who I was serving under. And not just Kunle Afolayan. I still went to Funke Akindele. I still partnered. I said to Funke, you know what? Teach me how to catch fish in this Yoruba industry. Kunle, teach me how to catch fish in the film and television industry, mainstream Nollywood. AY, teach me how to create content. Teach me how to create shows. Teach me how to do media business. And from there, I went on. When I developed 2 years of serving two strong producers, entrepreneurs in the industry, that was the foundation for me getting into the bank of industry, doing media for them. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is that service is extremely important. Don't see it as time wasting. Don't see it as this person is trying to use me. You are even using them, because you need them to teach you how to catch fish, how to create the craft. And you want to be in a position to know who they know. And those are very strong, two key points that I cannot overemphasize that you get from serving other people, especially in this our industry. I don't know of any other industry, but as far as media and entertainment is concerned, it is inevitable. I hope I was able to answer your question.
Yes. You answered that. In fact, I got the point. I'll just go, please. Until I will not leave until you take me home. All right. Thank you so much. Another question is meeting with these celebrities. I mean, I think one of the trigger to start this Mediapreneur Network was there was a time I wanted to serve under someone I respect so much, and I've been sending DMs. And I understand that there are a lot of young people like me doing this thing, but they don't have access. So in the talking about aspects now, meeting with the top people, how do we go about it? What is the best way? Do you think we should just use social media, or just follow up, or that's just from your own experience, sir?
Okay, now let me give you. I like to always share my personal experience. When I was in University of Abuja, I used to I used to go to the cultural center, try to partner with people, learn how to do things. And from that cultural center, I used to meet a guy. He was Alibaba's PA. I met him in cultural center. I went to the cultural center, like, where artists gather, and I volunteer. I told them, guys, I'm hungry. I want to learn. Just take me on, even though it is Wakapas. So first thing, I went to where these people are gathered. You have to build personal relationship with people, and they must see that you're ready to do the work. So I went from there to Area 10. Let me tell you, that was the beginning of my journey in this industry. From there, I met the guy who was Alibaba's PA in Area 10. That's the cultural center. One day, they were going to have Night of 1,000 Laugh in Abuja. And Alibaba's PA called me and said, Toyin, where are you? I said, boss, I'm somewhere. He said, come. I know you have a laptop. Alibaba's PA in Lagos needs a laptop to do a show at Night of 1,000 Laugh that was going to take place in Abuja that year, Opa William Night of 1,000. I did not even ask who that person was. I just carried my laptop. I went to Area 10 and handed it over to this Alibaba's PA in Abuja. And then he gave it to Alibaba's PA in Lagos. And
wow.
Lo and behold, you know who the Alibaba's PA in Lagos was? It was AY. That was AY's first show. AY was his first 10 minutes on Opa Williams.
Wow.
Let me tell you what that gesture. So when I gave him my laptop, 3 days later, he called me to come and pick up my laptop. He was not a star then. So when the guy gave me my laptop 3 days later, he went to Lagos. We didn't see again. That was when I was just entering University of Abuja theater at 100 level. When I finished, and the day I finished, and I was sitting there I said, what must I do now? I now scrolled. One day, BBM was going on. That we used to have BlackBerry groups. One day somebody just handed me to one BlackBerry. I'm always joining. Beyond going there, number 3, beyond volunteering to help people, because you also need them to help you in the future. Number 3, I was joining associations. Any association online, any group, just add me, because I want to know what is happening. I want to know where the industry is moving. I want to know who are the power players. So one day they added me to that group. Immediately added me to that group. I was now scrolling through who the people on the group are. And I saw AY. And I said, and then AY that I met 4 years ago when I was entering University of Abuja. 4 years later, AY was already doing AY show. AY was already becoming a popular name. And I saw,
wow.
And I saw the group. And I said, AY comedian. I just called him. I said, AY, bros, amigo. You know this guy that gave you his laptop for your first show of Pat Williams in Abuja? Yeah. He said, yeah. I beg, I won't come Lagos. I beg, help me. AY, that was when AY said, AY, okay, I remember now you give me your first laptop. You're not even going to come Lagos. If you come Lagos. That was how I went to Lagos, AY's house, and my journey started from there. So you cannot overemphasize the fact that if you want to take this game seriously, number 1, you have to go to where they are. Don't sit at the back of your system thinking that anything is going to happen to you. Nobody is going to help you, because there are too many people who also need help. Number 2, you must be ready to serve. Volunteer what you have, just so you can participate. Number 3, use leverage on social media network, join groups, request people to hand you to comedian association, this association, join groups so that they see that you are one of us. You are not just a sideline who is looking at us. Participate, contribute, be part of conversation. Lastly, you must volunteer when there are shows. If there is film going on, volunteer that let me be a PA on that set. When they have comedy show, when they have this, when you are doing a television show, when somebody is maybe someone gets commissioned by Mnet to do a show, or whoever gets commission, you know what, don't pay me yet because I'm not yet an authority. Let me just be on set with you. That, if you follow that process, is going to help you to build relationship. And it is from that relationship that you begin to command some sort of personal development. And that growth will inevitably happen. So these celebrities, yeah, social media is good. You can send DMs, you can do this, you can. But what I always tell people, using my own example, is that I don't sit behind my system thinking anything is going to happen to me. If I have to, I love cold calls. If I have to request an appointment to go and meet you, bros, give me 5 minutes. Let me just. There is a different level of energy that comes when you sit behind your system. What you should do as a major entrepreneur is to request for appointments. Don't be asking for opportunity online. Request for appointment. Bros, like can I meet you for 5 minutes? And when you get that 5 minutes, be prepared. While that person, you know what? Okay, I'm working on this project. Let's come and participate in it. And that's it. That's my strategy, and I can't advise you otherwise because it works for me.
Thank you so much, sir. We are so grateful. Thank you for being a part of the brand launch of the Mediapreneur Network. Thank you. I mean, South Africa, Nigeria, and you are still here. I take this as a huge privilege, and I'm honored to have you on the show. Thank you for answering our questions. Thank you for being a part of this. So, this is the official brand launch of the Mediapreneur Network. We started operations last year in the University of Abuja, but this year we registered, and it's Mediapreneur Network to the world now. So thank you so much, Mr. Toyi. Thank you for coming to this show. We really appreciate you.
You're welcome.
God bless you. Is there anything you'd like to say to close your session?
The industry is not easy, guys. It's not easy, guys. I studied theater at the University of Abuja. I finished 2011, and it's been about 10, almost next year is going to be about a decade. You have to take this seriously. You must be prepared. There's no shortcut, guys. You must be prepared to drill yourself, to serve, and to learn. And whilst you learn, don't just focus on the informal knowledge. When I finished from University of Abuja, part of my strategy was to get into the corporate industry, to be an authority so that I can get sponsorship, partnership. So I went from University of Abuja to do my master's at the Lagos Business School, at Pan-Atlantic University. I raised money. It was not easy. I was paying through my house so I can have my master's at the Pan-Atlantic University, as Lagos Business School, because I also wanted to meet people. There is one thing for you to meet creatives. There's one thing for you to meet content people. There's another thing for you to meet people that will pay for that. So all I did in the early days of my life was to develop capacity in terms of media business, media, content, and as the case may be. But at a time in my life, I needed to monetize that content. So what I did was to go to where they are, register, be their friends. Right now, I can pick my phone and say that I know somebody in Nigerian breweries. Guy, I want to do a show. Can you jump on it? I know somebody in the bank. I know. So it's a very deliberate. You have to be strategic in your growth.
Like
you have to be strategic in your.
So you have the network and the influence.
Yeah. So that, and if you can be that strategic and dedicated to your craft, I'm sure that the sky is your limit.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, you guys, that was Mr. Toyi Oyekomi from South Africa, CEO 10 Group of Companies. So we hope that maybe sometime soon, the Mediapreneur Network will come and pay you a courtesy visit in South Africa.
I look forward to that. And when you guys come, I will be back to host you guys because I have one of the best restaurants and lounge in South Africa right now. It's called the Kitchen Vibes.
Wow.
And
yes, Kitchen Vibes.
Of town. When you come, I'll gladly host you guys.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
So do I.
thank you guys for tuning in. That was Mr. Tony Oyekomi, the CEO of 10 Global Company South Africa. And yes, it was an amazing moment. It was just busting my head. I don't know if your own head was busted, but mine was, and I cannot wait to start implementing all of those ideas you shared. And like you said, if you just put this into practice, the sky is definitely your starting point. So do we have Mr. Bankole for questions and answers? Okay, so if it's not here, let us go to the show proper. So this is why we are here today, the launch of the Mediapreneur Network. And yes, I'm excited. I don't know if you are excited, but I think we're excited in the studio. So I'd love to deliver my opening speech for the Mediapreneur Network. On this day, December 19, 2020, distinguished guests of honor, viewers all over the world, the media team, and fellow media entrepreneurs, it's with great joy once again to welcome you to the official launch of the Mediapreneur Network. The Mediapreneur Conference started as just an empowerment program for students in the media space only. Please, Judith, are you grabbing the stuff? You are not. And screenshots, what you're saying. All right, guys, welcome back. That was an amazing speech. The keynote speech delivered by Chief Miss Osazu Igbinedion at the Osazu Symposium Show, September 2020, Rethinking Africa. I hope you're able to learn that you are African giants, and that small business that you think you are running at the back of your hostel or at the back of your room is something to push Nigeria and Africa forward. So I'll be delivering my speech for the official brand launch of the Mediapreneur Network. Stay tuned. Distinguished guests, viewers all over the world, the media team, and fellow media entrepreneurs, my name is Olamide Abisola Williams, and I am the founder team lead of the Mediapreneur Network. It's a great joy that I welcome you once again to the second edition of the Mediapreneur Conference and the official launch of the Mediapreneur Network. The conference started as just an empowerment program for students in the media space only. However, the great interest of not just students in the media space, but entrepreneurs in all spheres created the emergence of the brand, the Mediapreneur Network. The Mediapreneur Network is a revolutionary media organization, a growth circle where we all increase our influence, amplify our brand, and get exposed to opportunities, leveraging on media, technology, and digital tools. An organization birthed from a place of passion to watch other people navigate their business, understand the business of their craft, as well as turn their passion into profit. According to NBS, according to NBS, there are about 1.31, there are about 13.1% of unemployed youth in Africa. Nigeria unemployment and underemployment rate is 28.6%, is a combined 55.7%. That was 2019-2020. This means the total number of Nigerians who are unemployed or underemployed as of 2020 second quarter. The data also reveals the worst hit are Nigeria's youth, over 13.9 million currently unemployed. In 2018, the last time the report was released, there were about 13.1 million Nigerian youth unemployed. Youth between the ages 15 to 24 have about 6.8 million Nigerians out of jobs and another 7.1 million also unemployed. The key highlights. The highest unemployment rate was recorded for youth between 15 to 24 years. That's 40.8%. This is followed by ages 25 to 34 years at 30.7%. NC, OND, and nursing recorded an unemployment rate of 30.8%. The unemployment rate among second degree holders, MSc, MS, MABM, stood at 22.9%. Unemployment rate as classified by doctorate degree is 23.3%. The Mediapreneur Network is a call to patriotism, a call to help improve the economic state of the country. We have decided to be a part of the growth by empowering youth within the ages 16 to 29 to be financially empowered by leveraging on media, technology, and digital tools. Our programs include the Mediapreneur Conference, the Mediapreneur Masterclass, the Pitch with TMA, and the Mediapreneur Awards and Hangouts. We hope that you'll be a part of this fast-growing network. Be a member or a partner as we come together to raise the bar of our dear country, Nigeria. Thank you so much for being a part of this brand launch. I welcome everyone once again to the Mediapreneur Conference 2020, and I wish everyone an awesome time in our dear growth cycle. Thank you.
I hope you all had a wonderful time. I hope you had a wonderful time on today's session and the brand launch of the Mediapreneur Network. So this is the unveiling. We have launched our brand. I hope you enjoyed the sessions because they were very amazing. I hope you listened in because there was so much to learn today. So tomorrow is the day 3, the final day. We are so excited. It's the day where those who pitched their business ideas yesterday, they're going to finally get your money. I mean, if you impressed your panelists. But and then tomorrow we're having Mediapreneur Masterclass. So we hope that you'll be there by 3 p.m. Tell a friend, tell somebody that we're not through yet, but we're going to be back for day 3 of the Mediapreneur Conference. So please, please tell somebody to tell somebody to tell somebody to tell your uncle and your auntie to tell somebody. All right, thank you guys. Bye. See you tomorrow.